welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a while since I posted a video. Part of that has to do with, well, all in part has to do with the fact that I hit like right around November, the beginning of November, mid-November. I fell back into a bipolar depression state. I was off my medicine because, one, I couldn't afford $450+ a month for medication. So I was off my medicine for 3 months, November, December, January, and part of February. But I'm on it now, and I feel so much better. But when I was off of it for those 3 months, I was miserable. I could not get out of bed. I could not function. Every thought I had consumed who I am. I could not get out of my self-pity. I could not see that there was more out there than the things that were happening to me. The mention of money, I cried. The mention of a car, I cried. It just became so much that it consumed me. I was sleeping, but I wasn't sleeping, if that makes sense. Like, I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then by like 9 o'clock I'm back in bed and sleeping the day away. And I'm in bed by 10 o'clock that night, and by 11:30 midnight I'm back asleep till it rolls back around. It just continued and continued, and it got worse and worse and worse. And my sister was trying to pull me out, couldn't get me out. She was trying to get me out of the house. I would not leave the house unless I absolutely had to leave the house. And so I was like deep into this depression state, and I couldn't see a way out. There was like, it's hard to explain, but like no way I could see, no way out. And I tried, and I tried, but it was just like I couldn't get out of that state. I couldn't, like, I was having thoughts that I shouldn't be here anymore, and that people would be better off, because I don't tell you what's going on in my life. I don't, like, tell you every situation, but right now, I'm fighting for a change in my life. I'm trying to get what I deserve. I wake up in pain every day, which increased my depression, because I'm like, I can barely move. When it dropped, because for some reason Texas is having weird weather, it dropped down to the teens. My bones ached so bad, like I could barely sleep. I sleep on my side, so my hips, last year when I broke them in the car accident, it took a long time for them to heal. So when I lay on them or do something, for a long period of time that requires like my hips to be up against something or something, they hurt so bad. And then my ankle, it does its own thing. And so I was having a hard time just walking, getting up, going to and from like the bathroom, the kitchen, and then yet alone trying to get in and out of the car and all of that. My bones just could not handle it. So I got more depressed. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't do nothing. And I'm like, I can't do nothing. I'm in so much pain. I take 2 pain pills a day. I was taking 3. And I was like, no, I don't like this. And then all of a sudden, it got up to like 80 degrees one day. And I was like, oh look, my bones don't hurt as bad. Don't get it wrong, my bones still hurt. But I was like, okay. But by this time, I'm already back on my medicine, so I'm like, is it, that's helping me get out of my depression. My medicine's helping me. And I'm like, I'm not so consumed these days with the thoughts, that were lingering in my head at that time. I'm very open about my mental health. However, I'm not very open with how I feel in my emotions. Like, I bottle them up until I can't handle them no more. And then at that point, I take it out on whoever's there, which is not right. But I don't know, like, I can't figure out yet how to open up about my emotions. I try, but like my sister pushes me and it angers me sometimes. And I know she just means well. She just wants to know what's going on. But sometimes I can't explain it. I can't tell you what's going on in my head. It just doesn't come out. It doesn't compute to my mouth. Like, I can't do that. And so that frustrates her. And then, it's a vicious cycle. And I don't have anybody in my life that's going through it. No one that I know is bipolar. The one person that I know that truly understood it was my grandma, because my grandpa was bipolar. And she lived with him 20 years, 25 years in that state. I mean, she married him when she was 17, and they were together for 25 years, I think, something like that. But my grandma understood it. So my grandma understood how to cope with me, how to make me feel okay in the moment when all of that's going on. But I lost my grandma in 2016 to Alzheimer's, and it's been a downward spiral ever since, because that was like my best friend. So losing that, don't get me wrong, I do have a best friend, she's amazing, but right now she's going through a depression phase as well. She doesn't have bipolar disorder, but she has a lot going on in her life. So I feel for her. I can help her as much as I can, but at the same time, we're both in a state of mind that it's not going to help nobody. So I'm trying my hardest to get out of it. I wrote a blog post about everything going on in December as well. My brother went to Colorado to see his in-laws, and my brother ended up with double pneumonia in an ICU in Colorado, and he was in the hospital for a while. And it was really tough because we couldn't help him. My niece didn't get to see him for a while, which, it's very hard on my brother. My brother took it hard, and we couldn't help him. We were dog sitting my brother's dogs. My brother has a German Shepherd and a Chocolate Lab, and they don't move. No, you tell them to move, they don't move. Trust me, my ankle knows. I tripped over them and twisted a ligament in my ankle. The one I broke last year that I had surgery and have hardware in. So, I know. Which only put me in a bigger depression because I was in pain. So I'm like, great. And it just like, things like that just kept adding up. And then small things, I don't currently have a car because I can't afford one. I honestly, I don't work. I have a craft business on the side that I try to do. I sell what I make, like blankets, burp cloths, and things like that. However, I can't work. I can't function to work. I barely function to do this. And that's sitting in front of a camera in my chair, by the way, which I'm in pain on my hip trying to do this. So it's just, I try so hard, but some days I just can't do it. And I don't know, you know, people are judging me and judging the fact that I don't do stuff, or the fact that I try to do stuff and it doesn't work, you know. So I want people to know what's going through my mind and understand what my bipolar depression is doing to me in my life. Like I said, I don't have a car, so that put me in a bigger depression. I'm borrowing my brother and actually my sister-in-law's car, her CRV. However, you know, at the same time, it's not mine, so it frustrates me because, you know, I can't do what I want to it. I can't, you know, it's not as comfortable as my car was. I drove a 2010 Kia Forte Coupe, and I loved my car, and I was so comfortable in it. I had it started to have it the way I wanted it, and then me and my car met a concrete wall. So, you know, and me not having my own car puts me in a depression, puts me in a state of mind that, you know, just frustrates me, because it's like a little bit of my independence is gone because I can't, you know, get in my own car and do my own thing and things like that, you know. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm trying to explain to you everything that has what's going on and what makes me feel the way I'm feeling right now, and to understand what my bipolar depression has done to me. And, you know, I'm trying my hardest every day. The last week or so, my functioning has gotten a little better. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, my pain still allows me, it limits what I can do. You know, I go to the doctor and everything like that. And, like, I made an appointment to go back to the orthopedic. So I go next Tuesday because something has to be done about my ankle. I can't deal with it. Like, I can't stand somebody touching it. Like, on the inside, I get a burning sensation. And, like, where the surgery hole, where the surgery scars are, it's very, like, sensitive. It feels like my ankle is bruised, but there's no bruise. And then the bone on the inside hurts, and I can't flex it. Like, you know, this is your, let's say this is your foot up like this, you're in bed, and, you know, you gotta stretch, and you stretch your feet out like that. I can only get it like this instead of like that, and it hurts. It even hurts when I do that, and I'm like, in the morning, when I do my morning stretch, I'm like, ugh. It hurts, and I don't like that. So I'm like, something has to be able to be done about it. I also saw a surgeon recently about an umbilical hernia, and she had no bedside manners. And then, so I'm like, okay. She's like, there's nothing I can do for you at this time. If it gets worse, let me know. I'm like, serious? Okay. But, you know, I think I'm just rambling again at this point. But that's pretty much everything that's going on right now. So I just wanted to update you and let you know that that's what's going on, and that's how I'm feeling. My medicine has helped me a lot to get out of it. I'll tell you what I'm taking. I take Latuda 40 milligrams, and I take bupropion, which is an antidepressant, which is like 350 milligrams. I take those every day, and I've been on Latuda off and on when I can afford it. And on. I've taken it off and on since 2014, and trust me, I've tried in the last year or so, I've tried things that were cheaper, and one of the worst effects on me One of them almost sent me to the hospital. So I don't like to play with my medicines like that. But when you can't afford it and you need something that helps, like, I know there's other things I can do, to help. Like, I read a lot. That helps a lot. And it takes my mind off of a lot of things, and it puts me in a different world. Because when I read, I get so encompassed in my book that I feel like I can imagine and see all of it going on. So, that helps a lot. I'm obsessed with Disney stuff and Disney, so I do a lot of watching Disney movies. I watch a lot of Disney Channel. I sleep to the Disney Channel. I own a lot of Disney stuff. If you can only see my desk. I try to do stuff that makes me happy in that state of mind, even if for the couple hours I'm up, or I try to read, or something that helps. I quit crafting for a while because I just couldn't see, or I couldn't find it in my head to do it. No. I had no inspiration. So I quit crafting for a while, and I'm back crafting again. So I'm happy about that. I'm fixing to make some pillows. Because my niece got a teepee for Christmas and she wants some pillows. So I'm going to make those. But, there's things that I can do. I recently read Matt Haig's book, which was it was insightful too. So if you like to read, pick up that book if you're, into mental health, because it was a good book. But that's basically what's going on in my life, and I want you to to see what's going on and understand why I haven't been making videos and what I've been dealing with as far as that goes. My mental health just tore me down for a while. Tore me down for a good 3 months. So I just wanted y'all to know, I do want to thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day.